What's up, buddy?
What's up, man?
Welcome to our fifth podcast. And what I'm really proud of is that we're on pace for what we wanted. We wanted one a week for a little while, for at least a few months, and then maybe we'll pick it up, especially when we get into our new place.
Exactly. We'll set us a podcast studio. But for now, we're here, number 5.
I mean, even while we do construction and stuff, it'll be there because we'll be there often.
Right.
So we'll figure out where we'll put it and whatever else. But let's talk about today's topic, which everyone knows in the title of the podcast, that it's an article that we found maybe a month ago. But it talks about the top 11 fitness trends that will define 2021.
Big topic. Well written, huh?
Very well written, and I mean, we were really excited when we came across this article because we're doing, if not all of them, close to all of them, and there were a couple surprises that were part of our business plan that weren't in the business plan of gyms and so on in the past. So we're gonna break them down. But how you been? You've been good?
I've been good, man. Back to training, staying busy, training myself, working out 5-6 days a week. So everything's good.
Everything's good.
How about you?
The clients are seeing results.
Sending
us others, which is amazing. It's just, this is a great feeling, helping people and seeing their results and getting the texts that we get. It's just amazing. So, let's talk about these 11 trends, and again, the fact that we're incorporating them, and a topic that you and I spoke about, the article very briefly talks about is fads and trends, right? So we talked about it. We talked about, as silly as the shake weight to jazzercise maybe in the 80s and 90s, and kickboxing and title boxing and Orange Theory and Pilates and yoga and Zumba and F45 and rowing and cycling, and man.
Wow, is there really that many, huh?
There's no shortage of fitness type trends and fads. So what's the quick high-level difference? Because we're going to start talking about some of these trends, and we'll talk about whether or not it's a fad or a trend or really important. But what differentiates, I guess, Zero Doubt Club and what we're doing, and what all these fads and trends, what have we seen from, because we're looking at it from the outside look in, right? Like, we want to create this amazing, unique product that is really focused on results and what's the word I'm looking for? Just improvement, just fitness, right? Mind, body, soul, etc. So, what have you seen in all of these type of things? Because they're all great, right? We talked about.
Yeah, they're all great. And at the end of the day, if you're doing one or two or all of them, then you're moving forward. But I think the problem is with so many of these, people are doing something for a month or two, and then something happens in life and they just stop. They just stop working out. They wait for the next quick fix. The quick fix. They hear a new product come out and they're like, okay, this is it. This is going to be it. And they try the product, whatever it is, and a month later they're back to square one. And
so why do they stop after 2 months, I guess? So here, we'll take any of these, right? They're all, let's just say, $100 to $200 a month, right? And you can come in limited times at any of our classes. Now they have cool apps that you can sign into the class. You can be left out of a class that you really want to go to, which we could talk about as well. But let's just say you go in, you're going into a class. There's 20 people, right? So it's not maybe the personal attention that a lot of people need to get over some of the humps, right? We talked about that. right? 20-to-1 ratio versus a 1-on-1 or a 2-on-1 or a 3-on-1 is a huge difference.
Right. Well, people stop going to class because life hits them. Something happens, and they'll stop. They'll stop for a week or two, and there's no one picking up the phone saying, "Hey, where are you at? Why aren't you doing this?"
Right.
Keeping someone accountable. So at the end of the day, I think what's missing from all of this is the coaching and the accountability and the journey through life.
Right.
Because life is not a quick fix.
And creating a hero's journey for them, right?
Right.
So it's just a class. It's a health class, which is great. We're always pro move, whatever it is, whether it's taking a walk or taking a cycling class or whatever it is. But what's more important than that is helping them and pulling them through the journey when we know it's going to happen, right? There's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be, who knows what in life, right? Life comes at you fast. But the point that the one-on-one especially if you're in the need for a mind, body, soul transformation, right? You can't afford to do it a la carte and to do maybe Jenny Craig and to do a fitness class and to do this without the life coaching, without somebody to make sure that you're accountable and that you have this one-on-one attention or even a small group type attention that helps with the mind and soul.
And again, it's just your story. I mean, how many different quick fixes have you tried?
And every one of these. Most of them.
Right.
Not to mention all the gym memberships and whatever else, but that at least these classes do a 10-to-1, 15-to-1, 20-to-1. You go to a gym and it's 0-to-1, right? It's you on your own.
Right,
so,
yeah, the box gyms could be even worse because then there is pretty much zero community, right?
Exactly. So, and again, so life, and we talk about our fitness, and it was a previous podcast that we just talked about, was the pillars. So it's more than just body, and it's more than just diet. It really is, the mind and finance and
family, society,
community, etc.
And most important, faith
and faith,
belief.
Which they won't get it. They won't get it from just going to a boxing
that
class.
takes you along this journey, and once you're on the journey, you make it through because there are several loops, like we talked about before, several loops on this journey. But once you start going through these loops, you have the faith, you have the belief, because you see how it works.
Right. And I just went through.
We
talked about it. My first journey.
Yep.
We're calling the second one now the realization that alcohol has to be.
Yeah. You're about to start that, so we can briefly talk about that.
I started.
Yeah, you started.
I've started. I've made some big steps there, some personal decisions, and I definitely want to talk about it. Just not too much in depth right now, but the fact that it took the second journey to realize that had to be done as part of I wouldn't have gotten that at Title Boxing. Right. That would have never happened. But anyway, let's talk about the first one. So the article mentions, and by the way, we've included the link to the actual article if you want to read it.
So let's just briefly also touch, because these were quick fixes, the fads that we were talking about. Right. Now we're going to talk about the trends, and the difference is the trends aren't going anywhere. These trends, these 11 trends, they're here to stay. Right. So we're going to talk about these, and they're important, and they relate to our business, our approach, our mission, Zero Doubt Club. Right. So number one, go ahead, Eric.
Outdoor fitness.
Outdoor fitness.
Man, I love outdoor fitness.
Who doesn't?
So I just went with a client, and all I brought were 20-pound dumbbells to the metro parks, and we did, wrist curls, our bicep curls. We did bench dips. We did forearm curls, and then went on a 4-mile walk, right? And then we came back and did 2 more sets, and it was the best arm. And you're outside breathing fresh air. and so on. But why don't you talk about some of the things that we plan on to have in our gym and why that's exciting? And
so, yeah, I mean, I've been training for over 20 years. A lot of those workouts have been outside. Let's talk about, hey, just simple like box training, set up a box. You can do 20 minutes of box training. You can do ropes. We're going to have a couple different sleds. And you can do about 20 different exercises with sleds. Full body.
Right.
Full body, circuit training, agility. Agility's great.
Circuits. What's fun about circuits, and whether it's one-on-one with a coach and a single client, or it's a group of 5 people or 7 people taking turns at different stations and keep everybody moving and on to the next station. There's so much that you can do outside, and you're not confined to this inside space, right? So you can set up agility. You can set up the boxes. You can set up sleds, you can set up tires, you can just do lunges down the parking lot and back, jumping jacks, etc. There's so much.
Yeah, there's so much
you can do outside.
And most importantly, you're outside, fresh air, sun.
Yep. What's cool about our gym, though, too, is that we're going to have that huge garage door that's going to go up, and the inside should feel like outside for, at minimum, 6 months a year. But I'm thinking 9 to 10.
Yeah.
With the good days.
Outdoor fitness, that's not going anywhere.
Not going anywhere. And again, a lot of people prefer it, so we'll have it. Number two,
so remote personal training and wellness coaching. So I actually started in this.
Right.
I started my personal training and coaching all remotely because of the pandemic, and it worked out very well. People are at home. People aren't going anywhere. The gyms weren't closed. They didn't know what to do.
Right.
So, hey, virtual one-on-one coaching. The full mind, body, and soul approach can be done remotely now.
And it's just convenient, right? So you don't have to put on gym clothes and run to the gym, and you have the 15, 20, 30-minute drive time, the 1 hour, 1.5 hours there, 20, 30 minutes back could turn into 2 hours plus. So it's just convenient. There's always a benefit, not to mention some of your off days, right? That we're building a library of workouts that they can do from home on the off days. And location, right? I mean, you're training people in Florida.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to train everybody in Florida if there wasn't
life coaching someone in Florida.
So what's important is, as once we build our business and these podcasts get out and our social gets out, we will have interest and continue to have interest in who knows where. And it's exciting that we're going to build this library, that we're going to be able to do it online. We're already doing it successfully, and especially those that are working from home, and fitting it in is a lot easier if they say, Eric, Jeremy, I have an hour on Thursdays at 2:00. I have no meetings then. I'm at home. I'd like to do a workout or have a life coaching session. So it's just super convenient. That's not going anywhere.
That's not going anywhere. This is actually the future.
This is the future. People are doing, and the future for us as we build our business to many locations and whatever else, we'll have many employees. And a big goal for us that we've talked about is connecting the right trainers with the right people, and we'll be able to do that even more than just the trainers that are close to them and so on. So that's exciting for us and the success of our clients.
Make it easy.
Make it easy and successful. Number 3, hybrid fitness, squeezing in lunchtime workouts with a quick fitness class.
I love this.
It's great. Right? Because, we're all, or I shouldn't say we're all, I don't know who's listening, but we're parents, right? So there's getting kids ready.
No, Eric, everyone is busy.
That's true. But there's kids to take care of in the morning and getting them off to school. There's yourself that you need to get ready and dress up and take a shower and whatever else, and potentially go to work or get ready to jump on a bunch of Zooms. There's after school activities, there's sports, there's eating dinner, there's doing homework. Man, it's really hard. Well, I should say it's really easy to make an excuse to not work out at all. So, but it's really hard to fit it in sometimes. And I mean, talking to a bunch of potential clients and so on, that's the number one, right, thing that comes up is time and making the time for it.
Right. And what I say is it's not about time management, it's about energy management. Mm-hmm. So again, what this article is saying, let's speed everything up, since we have kind of, the pandemic has forced the fitness industry to speed up. These 20-minute workouts are now going to be available, and anyone can go on our app, pull it up, and do a 20-minute workout. Pull out some bands.
Right.
Pull out some bands and do them at your desk.
Exactly.
15 minutes, high intensity. It's not going anywhere.
Exactly. And you don't break a huge sweat, which is important because you don't have time necessarily to change. So it's just planning. It's planning, which is important, which is, packing your lunch so you don't have to go out and get your lunch or go to the cafeteria or whatever else. Finding a nice space to do it, and, eating quickly and getting your workout in.
Yep.
And again, we talk about on days and off days. But okay, number 4, impeccable hygiene standards.
Impeccable hygiene standards. Well, how about just having a nice area to work out, a nice clean area to work out?
Which has not always been, right? I mean, how many gyms have we been to where it just feels...
They've gotten better. They've gotten better because of the recent changes. But, right. I mean, this is not going anywhere. And
Sure. No, and it's even more so. So people are definitely more mindful of the fact that you can catch germs or whatever it is, and having a gym that has impeccable, very high standards and teaches that process to their trainers, to even their customers, and any other type of support help and so on, to wipe things down, to check on the bathroom every half an hour like McDonald's has, right? The employee's initial. I mean, just the mindset from McDonald's of if you have time to lean, you have time to clean. How many gyms have we been to where there's 5 employees leaning for hours? So they could have been wiping things down. They could be. So putting these processes in place to make customers and us feel good that we're providing an amazingly clean product and place where people can feel safe. And of course the COVID restrictions, right? So we're now in April. Many have been vaccinated. They're now have opened it up to any age, and you don't even need an appointment now. I think they're taking on the spot appointments, so that's exciting. But I mean, if we have a client that says, look, if I'm on a treadmill, if I want to work out, and I've been vaccinated, and if everyone's in the room has been vaccinated and doesn't have a temperature, etc., I don't want to wear a mask, and to be able to provide that environment for them on a private basis, etc. Or the other way, I don't feel comfortable. I still am worried about who knows what, and if I'm being trained, I want my trainer to wear one. Whatever else, we'll provide that flexibility.
Right. And that kind of goes into number 5, specialized fitness programs for risk groups. So, yeah, I mean, again, with COVID-19, smaller groups, and I think this is where you and I have talked about, hey, listen, why don't we have 3 to 5 people doing these group circuit trainings?
Sure.
And just keep it really, really private for, the personalized experience,
right.
Not 20 to a class.
Right. Yeah, not 20 to a class, 4 or 5, they could be workmates. They could be a family. It could be a group of friends. It could be, the same type of age group. It could be the same type of class that they're looking for. But what's important that this article is talking about, that again the industry doesn't take seriously, is that it's the same workouts for everyone, and that's wrong, right? If they're super obese, that's a different workout.
Yeah, that's a good point.
If it's a kid looking for athletic agility and wants to be faster and better in sports, that's a different workout. If it's elderly, right, that have had hip replacements or knee replacements or whatever it is, it's important that you don't put them on squats and whatever else, right? You need to, help and fix people, not hurt them. And so having not just the mindfulness of it, but a complete process to for the success of that person and what their true goals are, attainable goals are, measure them, keep them accountable, create a whole program behind it, and process behind it. We don't see too much of that. So the fact that they brought this up is great. Just how many people will actually follow it and make sure that they can provide these customized products for specialized type programs and specialized type people that require a different look than just, 3 sets of benching or 3 sets of arm exercises or whatever else. If that makes sense.
Yep.
Okay, connection of mind and body. Your
Number
favorite.
6.
Your
This
favorite.
is big. This is big. Well, I mean, again, especially after the pandemic, people have been isolated and they're not ready to go back. And on top of that, just having the mental health is important as just a body goal. Just look at myself and my history working out for over 20 years, always doing the body, and not until, recently, a year and a half, did I incorporate the mind. So, and again, going to gyms all the time, these big box gyms, that's missing. That mind part is missing. And that's what gets me really excited about this one.
Yeah, but we've yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's what really gets me excited about this one, because this is what we're going to break through and offer.
Do you remember the lunch we had at yours truly in Highland Heights? And there's a little yoga studio next to it. And just these women were, holding their yoga mats and their water bottles and walking in, and barely any expression on their face. And they would walk out the exact same way. And that's not what it's about. You want the, walking out feeling happier, fitter, mindful. That's what it's about. It's not about getting your workout in. And all of these trends and the fads that we talked about, that's all that they're about, is getting your workout in.
Right.
And so seeing this, after we have said that's something that we want to create, is this connection of mind and body, and soul. I mean, that's what our logo's about, the mind, body, soul. I mean, it's great to see.
It's great to see. It should have been number one. It should have been number one.
It should have been number one 20 years ago is the point.
Right.
How many people like me and you, again, worked on body or not, or any of these fads and trends and whatever else, and never connected them and never put them together.
If you don't have mental health, then your body is never going to be where it's at.
And the journey to get to mental health is what's important too, right? That's the joy. That's the becoming a better person and happier person, and again, fitter across all the pillars and so on that we're talking about. But yeah, so great to see it on the list.
Number 7.
If anyone else from the industry is listening, take that one the most serious. We will be for sure. Okay, number 7. I mean, it feels like we've already talked about
this. At-home workouts, not going anywhere.
Not going anywhere. And again, we talk about off days, on days, right? On days, come to the gym. We're going to give you the best workout. I mean, much better than an at-home workout. But off days, or even on days and you can't make it or whatever else, get a good workout in, by all means. And having a great library of online classes that help you through a band workout or a dumbbell workout or whatever equipment you have at home. But working out at home is definitely a trend of 2020 and COVID and 2021 and not going anywhere, and that's going to continue.
Right.
it's how do you do it with what you have and what space you have, and again, it's more than the workout. It's also the coaching. It's also the one-on-one, checking in with your coach and helping pull it through and making sure that you're doing some of the other things that are needed for, again, success in mind, body, soul.
Yeah, there's just too many resources out there to have any more excuses for not doing something at home.
Yeah, there's just working out though. Yeah. I mean, not that many that you know of that are good and showing amazing results, and so on that do take the hero's journey type approach and the full mind, body, soul. But plenty, definitely still online. But putting that whole program and process together is key.
Yep.
Okay. Inclusive fitness. Okay. You want to
talk about it?
So we talked about it with number 5, just having specialized programs for specialized people. That's what they mean here by inclusive fitness as well. So just being able to include anyone that hasn't necessarily been a gym person before, right? Maybe they're not very agile. Maybe they're super obese. Maybe they're super shy, right? And are worried on getting on a treadmill in front of 5 other people or 50 other people. Inclusive fitness, making people feel like they're part of the community and that there is help and there are people that are going through the exact same thing and want to be better and fitter and happier and so on, because who doesn't? But having a place that provides that and a community that provides that is what's key.
Yep. Like it.